What's up, YouTube? Matty G401 here, back again. This is Volume 2, Episode 1. This is a pretty big deal, and I'm glad to say that I'm back, and I'm doing this again. I've had now 50 subscribers, and I know to some people that might not be a lot, but this is a pretty big deal. So much of a big deal that we have Gary Lowe, personally, on the phone here. And anyway, basically, Gary is going to be here. He's going to be the critic to the first volume for the first video of Volume 2, first episode of Volume 2. But this time I'm doing everything different. Not that I'm going to say I'm going to have people on the phone every single time that I do an episode, but we're definitely going to focus more on guest hosts or guest appearances of my friends. And I know that might not be saying much, but to bring in different people, to get different people's opinions, and to kind of show a different broadside of the WWE, we're going to have a magazine clip or a magazine section every episode, and we're also going to have this new thing. I've been telling you guys for weeks now, I'm trying to sell a lot of wrestling figures. It's not working as well as I had planned. I know the YouTube, and not to say anything to my YouTube audience or to any YouTube audience, I know, a lot of people on YouTube are young. They do not have a lot of money, or do not have, maybe the way to get money off to another person, and I understand that, but, I've had some encounters that are just really getting on my nerves. For one, Connor, WWE champ, he tried saying that I scammed him out of his money. Well, either he didn't write the address correctly, or he just never sent it and was hoping that he was going to get lucky. If anybody knows, I made a deal with him that I would send the same day he would. I think if anybody's trying to scam anybody, it was that kid. And I will say whatever I want about him because it's the truth, and that's how it is. So, but let's get right on to Volume 2, Episode 1. Gonna be weird saying that, but we're gonna start right off with this magazine clip, right out of the brand new WWE magazine with Edge on the front cover, as we can see. And we're going to get into this, and as we do, we're going to talk about it. Actually, first thing I'd like to get into, if I can get to this page quick enough, and we're already here, I think, is right here. First clip from this magazine is the 101 underrated things that you should love about WWE. And obviously, we can see the pages right here, just kind of give you an up-close personal view. And it's just got some stuff in here. And one of the things that, or actually a couple of the things that I really want to talk about is right here. Number 94, Test of Strength. It rarely happens anymore, but we always love it when superstars lock both hands above their heads in a game of mercy. And right here, if we can see that, it does show Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior getting ready to lock up. That was at WrestleMania 6 or WrestleMania 5. But other than that, there's stuff in here that is just, it's stuff that should be done today, and it's stuff I think the WWE should bring back, as well as not just the Test of Strength, but they also talk about other things like Mr. Perfect throwing the towel behind his back and catching it. And I'm not saying somebody should imitate that move, but I think Dolph Ziggler is kind of trying to be the next Mr. Perfect, and if anybody disagrees or agrees with that, comment. As well as, if there was another thing in here that I was looking for, and I do not know what page it's on, is I'm going to talk about WWE pay-per-views lately. I don't know what WWE is doing, and actually I already found the page, but no, I didn't. And actually, WWE has been really weird with their pay-per-views as of late, and I do not know what's going on. In my last video, it shows Fatal 4-Way being the next pay-per-view. And as of what I know right now, that is not the case, and they've changed it again, as well as I knew that they were supposedly supposed to have, Wild Card was their other one, or something. It was Wild Card, and that was even one where I said, they changed that too, and I don't really know what their deal is with all of this as of late, like I said, but, for the most part, it just doesn't seem right that they should have to keep changing pay-per-views on us. And I really think, actually, right here, it's now the next pay-per-view is Over the Limit. The next pay-per-view after that is Fatal 4-Way, and the next pay-per-view after that is Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank, actually, that doesn't happen until July 18th. But I honestly do not think Money in the Bank should be anything but at WrestleMania. And if anybody else does agree with that, comment again. You know, it's Money in the Bank. It's a WrestleMania tradition, basically, and I don't think it should be put into another category of pay-per-view. And it shouldn't have a category in and of itself. I mean, what are they going to have? Like 5 matches of 6-man or 8-man Money in the Banks for a title, or just have ladder matches all night or something. I don't know exactly how it's going to go. And then Fatal 4-Way, what are they going to do? Fatal 4-Way matches all night? Now, if anybody knows and anybody has seen my notebook that I write all my stuff down in about like fantasy matches, I came up with a pay-per-view called Fatal 4-Way before WWE even announced this, and that's what I did. I had Fatal 4-Way matches all night for titles. I mean, not that I'm saying WWE took my idea, because, it's not something that I put out there and said, oh, hey, look at me, look what I invented, and, But, and then also, to just get into this, Over the Limit, I mean, what's it going to be about? Everybody comes to the ring drunk? I don't know. I really don't know. But you know what? Now that we're already 6 minutes into this, on the dot almost, we're going to go into my next session, or next segment, which is none other than, I was saying, my figures that are for sale. It's really hard for me to get stuff off, and, shipping prices vary depending on where you live, and I'd like to make it one even price, and that's what I'm working on doing. So right now, as of right now, my shipping price that I'm going for is $6 flat, unless you live out of the United States. And I'm not saying, like, if you live in Hawaii, just because it's called the United States, it counts. That's not considered that. Like, Hawaii, stuff like that. I mean, no offense, but, if it's not directly in the United States, within the borders of these oceans or whatever, or maybe even Canada. Even Canada. Like, I think Canada, $8 for Canada, US $6, Canada $8. Basically, that's what I'll go for. If you live out of the United States, it'll probably be like 10 or 12. But basically, I'm just going to start this. There's going to be every video, every episode for this volume, just for this volume, hopefully. I won't have to keep doing it after this. I'm going to have a figure to bid on. And this is Rob Van Dam. He comes out of the limited edition series in the square boxes, obviously, as you can see, rectangular boxes. As it goes for the condition, it's not really near mint. It's right, I'd say it's right under near mint. It's got some a little bit of damaging on the carding, but other than that, it's pretty nice. Like this right here, this little piece of sticker that I had to pull off of the price, I'm going to get that off, and, it'll look fine. But it's also signed. It is signed, excuse this for having to be on YouTube. I do realize that I'm sure kids do watch this, but basically, Rob Van Dam did sign this, the whole fucking show, RVD, and it's, if you want to see just the sides and stuff, it does say Rob Van Dam and stuff, WWE symbol, but the back is where a little problem is. Right here, this little piece of, right there, if you can see that, it's, somebody put a sticker on here, the Rise and Fall of ECW. They obviously had a DVD and decided to put it on the back of the box, and, but, like I said, near mint, or right under near mint, but everything's fine, the contents are fine, it's never been opened, so, it's a good figure. But I'm basically going to let you comment and bid as you comment on that figure. So what I'm going to do is, I'm basically going to start the bidding off at a certain price, and you have to comment to bid. You cannot bid any other way. It has to be in the comments, not a personal message, because everybody needs to see what the last bid was. You can put in however much you want as a basically like a starting bid, but here's the deal. Every time you bid, you have to jump at least $1. So if the bidding starts off at like $8, you have to at least bid $9. So then you have to at least bid 10, 11, 12. There's going to be no change, no, cents, no nothing like that. Basically, I'm going to start this Rob Van Dam off, limited edition, like I said, signed, still a little damaged a little bit, but you know what, still point of it being in the box and signed. I'm going to start the bidding off on this for $15. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to start off at 15, so somebody can jump to 16, like I said. And also, just like so you know, I can still do deals with shipping. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, I bid $16, now I'm paying like $21 or $22 for shipping. you know, if I can try to round it just to make it a little bit easier, a little bit simpler. I can try, depending on how it goes, what goes on. But basically, in all of this, my whole point is that hopefully this will do something for me, because I just cannot deal with these figures sitting around in my house right now, and they're just not doing me any justice. So, basically though, this has been Matty G401. That was my episode. I'm going to do another episode tomorrow after I get home from school. It's late. It's like 9:30 on the East Coast. And basically that's about it. I am going to give, though, my good friend Gary a whole 40 seconds of review starting right now.
What do I talk about?
Everything that I just talked about. Throw something in here. You got 30 seconds before I got to shut this camera off.
Yeah, everything that Matt talked about was, really interesting about the Fatal 4-Way. Going to be a little confusing what exactly is going to be going on. But they could be like ladder Fatal 4-Ways, they could be hardcore Fatal 4-Ways, even though they'll probably be like Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Ways.
And cut. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was all the time we had. Matty G401 signing off. G-Lo is in the building. Gotta go. See you later.